everybody. Welcome to an interesting special edition of 8 is Enough or Stripe for 9 or
no
10 is Insane or whatever it is. Where are we at?
We're in my old bedroom.
Woohoo! Party on.
Looks a little bit different from when I
it looks a lot different. We'd be literally sitting in her bed right now if it was set up the way it was when she used to live here. And Joe wants us to find the old diary, but it's long gone. Yeah, it's 20 or so years gone.
Yeah, there was nothing interesting anyways.
It was written in lipstick. It's been erased. So anyways, it's gonna be an interesting show. We don't have all our normal setup. We're not sitting in front of our wonderful backdrop. We don't have the fancy mic. I hope you guys can hear us okay. Also, hi June, nice to see you. And our buddy Kenneth. Hello, Kenneth. The Bay Area. Yep. Am I wearing pajamas? Okay. Nope. Regular shirt.
But are you wearing pants?
I do.
Yes.
I do have pants on. I might take those off later, but you never know.
And I'm not in my pajamas either.
Regards from London. Hello, Paul. I was just talking to somebody on Clubhouse who was in Ireland. He said it was 1 o'clock in the morning there. So it looks like you're up late, my friend. But thank you for being on with us. And Warhammer in the house. So we've got Erica and her husband, Peter. And I hope y'all are warm. They live in Dallas, Texas. And it's been the frozen tundra. Of course, most of you guys are cold. For us, we're still in t-shirts. But we will try not to rub that in your face.
Well, hopefully they have power and water and stuff, because I know a lot of my friends out that way are just starting to get that stuff. So
it puts a whole new spin on drip marketing.
Now, so, did you? I've seen now.
Hello, I'm not sure who you are.
Snowvid 21.
Snowvid 21. Yeah, well, we fixed global warming, so there you go. You guys rock. Thanks, Irina. I owe her a huge apology. If you haven't heard, and I'm sure we'll be talking about this in the show, our van broke down. So on our way up, right where the cows stink the most in California, our van died. So it's there being, it's not being repaired yet. It was checked out. It's waiting for money. Over $5,000 to fix this thing. So, youch. If you need a website built, BowmanDigitalMedia.com.
Or if you need some Scentsy.
Wow. Yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, we're actually, in full disclosure, I'm sitting here trying to figure out as I'm doing work, what am I going to do? I've got to get the person money so that they can get started on our vehicle repair. And then, the car is 150 miles south. So it's not like it's right around the corner.
It doesn't take credit cards and all the normal.
Yeah, the car broke down in a town. Well, it didn't break down in a town. That was the first thing. It broke down in the middle of farm country off of Highway 5. So we pull off the exit to try and see what we can find a hotel or whatever. The town was 11 miles off of the freeway with a broken car. So that was first thing. And then there's no Chevy dealers. We have a Chevy van. So no Chevy dealers in the town. No mechanic shops in the town. Like, there's a stop sign and a convenience store. And anyway, so it's going to be interesting, but I'm trying to figure that out. So I'm likely going to be renting a car and driving down to give the guy money and then driving home from there. And then I'll come back and get my family somehow. I'm trying to figure that out right now. It's an interesting situation.
But the kids are in no hurry.
No, everybody wants to stay here anyway.
They're with their grandma and papa, and
I'm the only one really out of sorts because I miss my setup. It's hard to do the videos and things that I do. And I'm working on one monitor, which is my smallest monitor.
And if you've seen his monitors,
it's not the size of the monitor, it's how you use it, right?
I think his main monitor was bigger than the TV we had in our bedroom for a while until that TV died recently.
These glasses are not for prop, everybody. These are serious. Although, it's funny. I've had some people over the years say, are those like gimmick glasses? You know what I mean? Or are you wearing those for part of a shtick or something? And I'm like, no, they're bifocals, baby. I got bad eyes.
What does it say about them?
I don't know. I don't know.
I love you.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Do you like the white glasses better, or what's your favorite color? I never asked you.
The white's not my favorite.
The red? The red?
I think I like the red or
The
the
red,
blue. The blue.
The red are cool. I like the
I'm
blue
a little
too.
more classic.
Most people like the blue. I think Erica is on here. I think she goes blue. A lot of people like the blue. I did a survey one time, and I think the blue won by a lot, but I like the white best. So I wear them. Let's see. It says, "Have a wonderful breakaway, Ira." Yeah,
He's not breaking.
I'm not comfortable here. I'm still working. I mean, just in full disclosure, I work from the time I get up most days to the time I go to bed most days. That's my reality. But I work from home, so we're able to. Robin says smaller than Levan. No, it's not smaller than Levan.
There was more than.
It's 18. It's 18.
We were able to get DoorDash there, so it's not as small.
It's 18,000 people. It's like 18 Levans stacked on top of each other. But really, I could have got probably better help in Levan. I'm just going to be quite honest there, because the people in Levan are talented folks. But
well, you know people.
I know people. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, so that's what it is. It's going to put a dent. It's going to put a dent in our savings account, but life will go on. We're blessed that we have money in savings to draw from.
Well, and if it was a couple of years later, even we would think about a new vehicle and downsizing. But I don't,
Yeah, so we're at a point with the 8 kids. We have 6 of them living at home, and really, I don't want to downsize until we can go back down to a minivan. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to buy a Suburban or something like that, because I don't want to buy a gas guzzler. I want to get something that gets a little bit more fuel economy. And honestly, parking the van is a pain in the butt.
Well, and truthfully, I don't want to be stuck in another huge van for 10 years, because I'm of the mentality you keep that car until you've gotten your money's worth out of it.
Well, we've had our van for 8 or 9 years now. I can't remember exactly when we bought it, but I know we bought it in 2013, I think.
No, we bought it before Vivian was born, so it was 2011, 2012.
Because it's a 2012 car.
It was brand new, so it was 2012.
No, but it was a year old. It wasn't a year old, but it was a year old, if that makes sense. They had the 13s that come out.
Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
We needed it for Vivian, though. We had to have it before Vivian, because we had too many kids for the minivan.
Yeah, I don't know.
So before December of 2012.
Yeah, well, the 2013s come out, I think, in...
Yeah, the new ones had just come.
Yeah, they come out. I think they come
coming out
like June, but they come out, I think, in June or July the year before.
Yeah, they were either just coming out.
So the 2013 was the new model when we bought our car.
Yeah, and we didn't wait till the very last minute until she was born. It was somewhere around there.
Yeah, anyways. So my mom lives in a tiny little town in the middle of Utah, but this town is not that tiny, but it's Coalinga, or Roberta, if you remember where that is. So
everybody remembers it by the stinky cows.
Yeah, it's where the stinky cows are. That's where it is.
But really, the town is further away, because I always wonder, like, who would want to live in this town? But you see the signs, Coalinga, and that's where the horse or the cows are, and you're like, oh gosh.
You think that's the town, but really the town is 11 miles.
But there is that Harris farm or ranch or whatever that's pretty close. I always wondered.
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway.
So I'm just curious, what time is it right now in
Tunisia?
Tunisia. What time is it there? That's the one I don't know. I'm usually, just in full disclosure, sitting in front of 2 maps on my wall. Well, now I'm not in front of my normal spot, so I'm looking at a desk here. But usually I have a United States map on my left and a global map on my right, so I can kind of figure out what times it are from the ones that I do know. But right now I'm kind of, like I said, I'm all out of sorts, because I don't have any of that stuff here. So
Kenneth's Camry is 20 years old. See, and if we had our old Toyota van, it would probably still be running. I had a minivan, no, it was a Honda. It was a Honda,
Odyssey, but yeah.
Right before that we.
Yeah, the Siennas are good too. Why didn't we get the Sienna? I know we looked at. Oh, it was a first year. It was a first year model. So we looked at the
Nissan.
We looked at the Nissan. We looked at the Toyota, and we looked at the Honda. But we had
not all of them had them either.
The first year that Ford went from the Aerostar to the new. I can't even remember what it is now.
Anyways, Aerostar is the minivans, though.
That's what I'm saying. The Ford we're having two different conversations.
When we got that. Yeah.
We're having two different conversations. Well, we bought a first-year Ford minivan before we bought the Honda Odyssey, and we had nothing but problems with it. So we decided at that point we were never going to buy a first-year generation car.
Well, we just knew.
So is it 2:10 in the morning or is it 2:10 in the afternoon? Because I know it's 1 o'clock in the morning right now in Ireland. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe that makes sense. But anyways, so we didn't buy the Sienna, I believe, because that was the first year it had come out. I believe that's.
Yeah, we were only looking at the Honda or the Toyota because.
No, we looked at the Nissan too, but I didn't like the way it was. Everything was in the center. It was like, I guess because they put seats, on the right or the left, depending on where you're from, and I just didn't. It was not our thing. So, anyways, we ended up going with the Honda.
I'm starting to daydream about a smaller van and the electronic doors.
All you got to do
all the bells and whistles that one had, but the big van doesn't.
Your favorite son has to move out. That's it.
My favorite son. You start a battle.
Morning. Yeah. So it's late. Well, I hope you get to sleep soon. Anyways, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
1:10 a.m. in the UK. Yeah, no doubt. So what's funny is, Paul, you guys in the UK are just starting your work day by the time I'm wrapping up mine. So it's usually it's midnight here is 8 a.m. over there. So that's typically about the time I start to call it a day. And so I get people from the UK that are like all over my LinkedIn stuff as I'm ready to shut down, and I don't want to put my phone down because I'm like,
But you're better about that than you used to. He used to stay up. He's like, well, but they're up now. And I'm like, you need to go to bed. I'd come down at 3 or 4 in the morning. I'm like, you're still at it.
Sometimes.
No.
There are days. And in fact, in full disclosure, I've got some work that I need to do full time right now. And I can't because two of our kids are actually staying in this room. So it's like, all right, I'm starting to feel that pressure. When you get behind, you start to feel it starting to like stack. Your workload is starting to stack up on you. That's where I'm at. I'm going to have to hit the ejection button here pretty soon. But again, I got to figure out the how. I got to figure out all the logistics. I get anxiety when I don't know the answers, right? I'm good at tests and puzzles, but when I don't have the answers, I get uncomfortable. What do we got going on here? We got Thai red lentil curry. Is that what's for dinner?
Yeah, she's making for dinner, so she's got to go. So. Sounds good.
Got it. Erica is a vegan, so she doesn't eat meat. What?
I'm sorry, I thought of my fat Greek wedding. Then we'll make lamb. What do you mean you don't eat meat?
I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody who starts at 9 a.m. Do you? I know they say working 9 to 5. Every job job I've ever had in California, I've started at 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. For the most part.
8:30. I've heard people starting at 8:30.
I haven't. But.
But I must have had friends because some of them used to like drop kids off at 8 something and then go to work. So then starting.
I'm sure you can work it out, but it's not like a common thing. I think most people in California work a normal Monday through Friday job, start at 8 and get off at 5, and then there's
or longer hours.
Well, yeah, it's super expensive to live here. In case you guys didn't know, California is not cheap. But I work for myself. I'm self-employed, so I work whenever. And I have clients. I have global clients. I have clients in Australia, in the Cayman Islands, down in Costa Rica. I have a couple that are in Dubai. So time zones are just another number for me, like trying to figure it out. It's a lot of fun. Can be anyways. Erica Warfield, lovely. Enjoy.
Yeah.
She is lovely. I think she's a good cook. Everybody I talked to, I think, says Erica is a good cook. I believe that's true. But she certainly is fun, no matter what. Her and Kenneth and Erica are almost like the same person in opposite genders. You know what I mean? Like, I know there's more
similar
differences.
Qualities. Yeah.
But the way they turn a phrase, super energetic, super fun. They use just words that are fun to say. And
I've never been called delicious before.
Anytime you have no, that's not true.
I don't know. Did you really call me delicious? I don't know.
Or maybe it was the topping. Anyways, we'll strive for 9. anyways, but when one of them is in the conversation in the comments, it's fun. If you have both, I mean, you can't go wrong. So,
yeah.
I think what I'm going to do maybe next week, Kenneth, is make you the Follow You Friday Spotlight of the Week. I did Joe Stepke today.
What am I going to do if you're gone and I'm still here next week?
Maybe I'll make you the person of the week. Well, if we're going to
Is there a way to zoom me in? I don't know.
Yeah, I can make this work from the computer. So what I did.
I'll need my dad to be my IT person here, though.
No, it's actually easy. So what happens is I send you a link from StreamYard, and you click on that, and then it brings you into the green room, and then you just look into the camera and talk.
I might be able to do that.
And it would be that camera on that monitor. The monitor that's bigger than the monitor I'm using. I should have just used that one, but
I might be able to do that.
I think you can do it. We'll get RJ to help you.
We'll have to do a practice run. I am just a self-professed non-technical
She dated
person.
me because I was funny. She keeps me around because I can make
Well, before you, I had my dad. And so, you know what? When something would go wrong with the computer, I would get my dad. And back in the day, too, like, I was really, it seemed like you could break things easier. Like, you can mess stuff up, it seemed like. And so he would warn us not to do stuff. And so I just have a fear sort of making something worse or doing something wrong. And so I tend to call my IT department. So, oh, it's Susan.
Susan and Wayne are some of our bestest buddies that we've never actually met in person. It is crazy that we still haven't met them. Now,
right?
We moved not too far from them. We're probably an hour to an hour and a half away from them. So when COVID is done, or when it's safe, we're going to definitely go down and see Susan and Kate. Or Susan and Wayne. They are super sweet. They have been a blessing to our family multiple times. And anyways, if you ever have a chance to meet Susan or her husband Wayne, you should. And we met in part because I was a Beta Theta Pi at San Jose State in college, and Wayne was a Beta Theta Pi. Man, I want to say.
Don't date him.
No, I'm not going to date him. I was going to say what college. I was going to say what college, but you know what? I'm not 100% sure.
She can say here.
I wanted to say it was Purdue, but I don't think that's right. But anyways.
I was thinking it was somewhere in that area.
Too, yeah, something like that. Okay, Alicia married you for your scrumptiously, deliciously, edibly, tastefully good personality.
I married him. You know what? I
think it's the hair.
I dated him, and I was not interested in anything really long term. And I said I went out with him for a couple laughs and probably a few free meals.
She stole my shirt.
I was bad back then.
Yeah. Well, we told the story of how we met last time.
No, the last time was my mile run.
Oh, it was the time before that.
It was a couple times ago.
We've shared it. What are we sharing today? I don't think we.
I don't know. I was, and you were on a meeting right up into this, so I don't know what we're talking about. We had talked about sharing pictures, but we didn't plan all that. So
yeah, my friend. That's what we were gonna do.
Yeah, no, we didn't bring any pictures from home of you when you were.
I have them on the computer.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Now the problem is I only have one monitor, so.
Can't really do that.
I can't do that this time. Yeah, we'll have to do that another time. Which is funny because I did a photography session yesterday with the kids. And so if you've seen on Facebook or on LinkedIn, mostly on Facebook, I shared the pictures, and Instagram too, if you're on Instagram. So if you want to see, he's the general secretary of Beta now. I did not know that. So I'm slipping.
Well, he's been in an officer position for a while, right?
Yeah, but I didn't know he was a secretary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There you go. So, we will get together very soon, I am sure, because they live in the San Diego area, and we live in the Inland Empire area, which is the Inland Empire is kind of equidistant from San Diego and LA, so you can either go south or west. It's like a little triangle thing. So,
you know what we could talk about? I was thinking about, it was a funny story. It was either the Chinese restaurant or the Christmas tree.
Oh, the Chinese restaurant, I think, is the way to go there.
Bye. Enjoy your fish on your Friday.
Yep. Fish full Friday.
Yeah, she said they were out getting food. So
see you later, Susan.
Bye.
I married Alicia because I didn't have enough shoes.
I used to have the best shoe collection.
Oh man, I don't know how they all fit in this closet, but I'll tell you, her dad was excited when I was taking the shoes out of the house. He was definitely excited about that. But yeah, let's do that. Let's do the Chinese food story. I'll let you tell it. So, okay, if you guys are new to the show, like, what are we doing here? So we're kind of just going all kinds of crazy today because, again, we're not in our normal podcast studio. We don't have 3 screens going and
truthfully, that's how the Scentsy mom really works anyway.
This
is like totally how I would just be anyway.
This is not my comfort zone. I'm not enjoying any of this, honestly. Just in full disclosure, this is not my bag. But okay, so if you're just joining the show, what we do every week, we do a couple things. My wife is a Scentsy director for Scentsy. Now she's an independent consultant. She doesn't work for Scentsy. She owns her own business, but she's a Scentsy dealer, and she's ascended to the title of director because she has a team and she's met the qualifications and worked her way up. So typically, what we do is we talk about a few things. We do sales and marketing tips for business to business, and that's my area of expertise. And my wife does business to consumer. So we talk about that as well. And then she's part of a multi-level marketing or MLM group. And since there's so much confusion or misinformation out there about, pyramid schemes, which are illegal, and MLMs, people think that the MLM for some reason is a part of the pyramid scheme, and it's not. They're completely different. So we like to dispel those myths. So typically what we do is we will share information about Scentsy and MLM. So for example, if you've ever bought any Avon products or Tupperware products or Pampered Chef products or any one of 1,000 other different types of products, they're MLMs. It's a management and distribution style. It's a way that you can distribute your products versus direct sales, which is another form, or e-commerce, which is another form. So there's all kinds of different ways, or you can have dealerships. There's a lot of dealerships out there, and I've worked for dealers for the car business and the print business. So, anyway, it's just a type. So we talk about those things. The other thing that we typically do is we have one story a week where we do an anecdotal story. It's usually something that makes me look like an ass.
No, not last week.
Last week was just funny. It doesn't really make me look like an ass. It just makes me feel like I look like a butt. But anyways, so they're funny stories from our past.
Tonight it's just going to make us look like pigs.
Yeah, we like to eat. Happy wife, happy life. Anyways, so we're going to share a story. And then the other thing we typically do, which I don't know what we're going to be able to do today. Oh, is that your...
you know what? I did not plan ahead, but I've always got Scentsy on me, so
there is a Scentsy product right there. I was about to say we weren't going to do Scentsy product, but then I looked over.
I always have Scentsy on me. So.
There is one there, so yeah, we use Scentsy. I mean, Scentsy is the way she got into Scentsy is because she likes Scentsy. It was something that she was passionate about. How can we share opportunity of services business? I'm going to have to deep dive a little bit more into that, but I can certainly help you. Happy to talk about it too.
Oh, and Allie's on.
Allie's on. Oh, Allie. Allie was on the show. Allie Gerbert. She is Pampered Chef and Epicure.
Yes.
Yeah. So those are two of the MLM products that she sells. And Epicure, I don't know why. I still don't understand this. I had it in my mind and it was like skin care products. It has nothing to do with that. It's their recipes and food and ingredients that complement the Pampered Chef. And the Epicure she can do in the United States, and the Pampered Chef she can only do in Canada, I think. So if Allie, if you're there and you want to share your link for your Epicure.
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 Right?
Epicure. Epicure, I think. The man with dyslexia.
I still need to get on there and order. I went on there and I never got the order done. So
yeah. So anyways, so we talk about that stuff. So if you have a question about how to promote, is that what you're talking about? I can help you with that. Or if you have a specific marketing question, happy to talk about it. One thing that I will say, a lot of people are making a mistake. across all digital mediums when they're doing their outreach, and this is true for business to consumer and for business to business, one thing that they're making a mistake is they're trying to sell too soon in the process. Yeah, so I got it right. How about that? So what I suggest that you do, audience building should not be about pushing your product out as fast as you can. You want to make posts about your products, right? And Alicia and I both do that, business to consumer and business to business. But we don't, like, as soon as we connect with you or get your email address, send you a sales pitch, because that's a mistake. What you need to do first, and it's part of why we do the show, honestly, just in full disclosure, we're trying to build relationships with people. You allow them to get to know you and like you and frankly trust you, and then you don't have to try so hard to sell because they're genuinely interested in what you do, right? So I build websites and I help people run their social media, but I don't spend any money, not one single penny, on advertising. Now, that doesn't mean I haven't. I have tried it. I didn't like it. Didn't like the results. So I use my money that I would use for marketing. Instead, I'm using it for education. So I'm learning new things. In fact, I just completed a new course yesterday on digital presentations, and it was phenomenal, like eye-opening. So it was a $150 course that I took. So, but anyways, the idea there in the beginning, the mistake that people are making is they're rushing to that sales pitch, the direct messages, the emails. Hey, you don't even know somebody, and you're like, hey, if you need somebody who does this, or wouldn't it be better to buy that, or since he's got a 50% off discount, you should buy it. Like, if they don't know you and like you and trust you, those messages are just going to rub them.
Yeah, well, there's lots of people who've never bought Scentsy from me, and that's fine. I enjoy the friendships and the relationships as just a benefit to the business aspect. But a lot of the people that have bought from me, sometimes I've been doing it 5.5 years, and I know one person just bought this last year that I've known for that whole time, and that's fine. And I use that time also I can start to feel what people might be interested, or if they're even interested, how much are they engaging with me and my posts, and what products are they engaging about, and those types of things. So I definitely agree. And something in the MLM direct sales type of thing, I don't know why some companies actually encourage people to do that, because I have heard that there are
it's a mistake.
I won't blast those names of those companies out there, but they actually encourage people to do that. And I know me and our teams and stuff, we do not do that.
So let's break this down a little bit, okay? And for those of you who don't know, I've been in sales pretty much my whole life. So I have a large amount of sales experience as an individual contributor, as a team manager, and as a district manager. So I've done the 3 different levels. I've never been a vice president of a company, a sales organization, but I do own my own company now. So I do direct sales for my own business too. I'm going to tell you this. It's not that you cannot generate any sales from doing those things. You certainly can. And you might even get some sales faster by doing that. So let's just step into the logic of this a little bit more in depth. The reason why you don't want to reach out to people in mass without building that relationship, even though you can get some sales from it right away, is because more of the people that you reach are going to see you as spam. They're going to identify your emails as spam to the carriers. Now your HubSpots and all these other programs that MailChimp that send out the mail in mass are going to not even connect the emails to the servers. They're going to stop them in their tracks. So you're going to have distribution issues. But that actually is a blessing, because the ones that get through, you're going to ruin your reputation. They're going to think all you care about is that sale. And that's probably not true. Most of you need to make a living. You need to sell products, and we do too. So it's not that we're anti-sales, but if you develop the relationship first, and then you send out the sales messaging, the marketing materials, it will be received better, even when it's not received in the way that you really want in the direct purchase. When they get it, they'll realize, oh, okay, well, that's just a message from my friend Alicia about, her Scentsy stuff, or my friend Ira about, managing social media, whatever the hell that means, right? Most people don't even know what I do. So there's that. But also, and here's a huge difference, not only will they not hit the spam button, they may not even delete it. They might go, you know what? I don't need Scentsy, or I'm not interested in this product, but I think I might know somebody who is, and they'll start to forward it on when you build that relationship first. Here's a perfect real world example for you. Of my clients, very few of them I knew before I started my business, but I'm getting most of my business from people that I did know or do know, referring me to other people that they know who need the services that I do. Now I'm educating my whole network in posts. I make posts about what I do. And even the people who, like my wife, who still don't understand what I do completely, she knows a little bit, right? But she doesn't understand it all. But she knows enough when she sees somebody making like, oh, I get it. My husband does that. Let me, you know what I mean?
Or I ask you, can you help?
Somebody, yeah. But it could be anybody. It doesn't have to be my wife. It's just one example, right? It could be my mom. It could be, one of my friends. I've got lots of people that, again, they've never hired me to do the work, but they referred people to me. Erica Warfield's on this call, or she's making her dinner, I think now. But anyway, she's sent me quite a few customers. Joe Stepke's my LinkedIn bestie. I'm gonna have a show with him on Saturday mornings. He's referred me work. He actually has hired me too. So in full disclosure, he was my first client for Bowman Digital Media. But anyways, you kind of get the idea. So the selling, if you will, for me mostly happens in the posting, and then the direct messaging is about them and that relationship building, and that goes so much farther. So like if you know of events or something that you think would interest them, and you say, hey, I saw this, I thought you would be interested in it, it just lets them know you care about them. That is a way to build up your network in a way that won't alienate people. It won't irritate them. And then when you send the messages, again, instead of marking it as spam or deleting it, though, even if they're not directly interested, they might forward it to other people. So it's a long-term marathon approach, but it works way better.
Yeah, I find that too. I've definitely, I'm on Facebook more, and there's moms groups and different groups people are part of, and people say, hey, does anyone know of somebody that sells Scentsy? And I'll have people start tagging me in the post. Some of them never bought from me, but they know that I sell it, and I'm obviously very active in it, because some people join these companies and they don't really do anything and give poor customer service or whatever, but so they trust recommending me. And so I've definitely got that, and team members too. I've actually got team members referred because somebody was interested and said, hey, well, here, check out my friend Alicia. And
Allie too, for example, right? She came on the show, but I know her husband, and then I got to know her because she was a guest on the show. If anybody asks me about Epicure, why wouldn't I tell them about Allie? You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I think definitely the relationships, and it was funny because I was thinking about the sponsoring side and the mentoring side of my business.
Sponsoring is also known as recruiting for those of you.
But I hate that term, and but that's why, because it goes into that selfish mentality. I'm just going to recruit you, or at least it has that feeling of it.
No, it has an icky.
Yeah, and so and one of the things, and truthfully, I don't like when I feel like I'm a paycheck to my upline.
Mm-hmm.
And as I've grown, and we went to director boot camp together and stuff too, and they talked a lot about those relationships too, of building and knowing your team. And so a lot of times I'm talking with my team members, I'm not even talking about Scentsy.
Yeah,
it may not, and it's one of the things I love though, and one of my favorite parts of it now with customers and my team members is building them up. cheering them on, being a friend. You know what? I know one of my team members' cats died, and I know she's really close to her cats. I send her a card, you know what? And letting her know somebody cares, because in this day and age, most people don't feel like anyone really cares.
Yeah.
We're connecting, we're on social media, but does anybody really know me? Does anybody really see me? Do they know I'm hurting? Do they know? Not that I'm perfect at that, but when I see something, I've had another, she's in the same major group as me, but I don't make money off her. She doesn't make money off me. We're sort of sidelines. She was struggling, and I just sent her a card and said, you know what, you're awesome. You inspire me, this and that. And those little things that we can do to people throughout our lives, you know what, just be kind, do something, something nice a day, is so important. And that's something I've tried to work into my business in various aspects. So,
well, and other people see it too. For example, I'm just going to bring Rick up here, or Jason. So Jason is a director of operations for Buc-ee's, and I know there's two different Buc-ee's. It's the one with the Y''s, not the EES. So he does a great job of lifting other people. He's got a Smile Fridays or something. He's got some hashtags he does to lift people up. But even with his own lives, he's giving away gift certificates and stuff to help, be a blessing to other people. There's all kinds of ways that you can do things. It doesn't have to be $1 million thing, just small things that you do, especially on social media. You're visible to a lot of people. And I'm going to tell you that I built my network just by not being selfish. In fact, one of my taglines, it's in my bio for LinkedIn, is life is too short to be selfish. And it's easy to say it. It's another thing to actually do it. Well, when you're helping other people find jobs, like I did for years with Project Help You Grow, and I still continue to do it to this day. We fund it out of our own pocket. We've never taken a penny from anybody for Project Help You Grow services. We have had a couple sponsors, and we have a couple sponsors, and I'm thankful for that. I've got right now Erica Warfield Sales and Springboard Consulting, both send a little stipend or a little check-in every month, and it helps to cover the expenses. I've had Pan and Nose did it for a year, and I was thankful for that. So if you run a business and you want to sponsor Project Help You Grow, by all means, we'd love to have you on board.
But it's not making us money; it's just covering the expenses.
Yeah, it just helps to cover the expenses. The sponsorships do not cover the cost or frankly the time, which is far more greater. But we're still run a negative. But those things, people see it. People see when you're stepping out and you're doing something that doesn't help you, and you're helping other people just because you want to be a blessing, and then you're building your reputation. So people see you. And Smile Files, that was the name. That was the name of the hashtag that I was trying to think. I was thinking it was Friday Smiles, but Smile Files.
One of the things I've tried to do more of my team, and I actually need to do a more formal survey even, is finding out how they feel seen and appreciated. That a lot of people talk about the 5 love languages and how, as far as recognition, some people love their name blasted all over.
They want to be praised.
And praised in front of people. Other people don't care. Maybe that
acts of service,
that little card in the mail or
gifts,
a little gift or something means more to them.
What else is there? So those are 3. So there's gifts, acts of service,
words of encouragement.
I don't know the other 3.
Physical touch, which
that's all me.
I can't think of the other one.
Don't touch me.
but as far as especially being recognized and encouraged, there's usually 2 or 3 ways that people more lean to. One, the public or the private. And that's where I do when I send people stuff. I think they feel like, wow, she went out of her way to notice me, instead of just putting something up even on their social media, which I think is important too, and I think that encourages them. But
no, I think there is definitely something to that when you do something to help someone and then you make a post out of it, it kind of can take away from the goodwill of it. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, was that just for a publicity stunt kind of a thing? So I try not to do that anymore. Although I certainly made that mistake a lot because I didn't really think about it that way. I was like, oh, I'm gonna talk about this in a post, and then I've learned that you don't necessarily want to do that too. So you do have to kind of be careful.
Yeah, I mean, it can go both ways. I mean, I think it's, and I sometimes appreciate it when my director or star director, superstar director have bragged on me, because sometimes we don't want to brag on ourselves either and let everyone know what we've done.
Right.
But it truly can help our businesses and those types of things too. When people are like, oh, wow, she's hitting that goal and she's doing that and she's earned annual sales or, earned that trip, whatever, it can help us. But that's just, especially, for anyone that's in that direct sales, multi-level marketing business, I think that's something that I didn't understand as early on. And it does take energy. And so sometimes I'm better at it than other times. But it's very important, I think, in especially building a team, keeping your team, giving them that community where they feel known, appreciated, that, even if they are not high earners, that they have a place.
Well, and there's a benchmark, right? So like, for example, one of the things that I know when you have a team in your MLM, and this can be for sales team too, but business to business sales teams. But the thing is, like, you get that ranking or that recognition for a goal hit, whether that was a dollar amount or a number of units or a position by the month. I used to do a thing. It was kind of silly, but we had some different chairs in our office. So my guys for the month, based on how they sold, got a different chair. The best chair versus the worst chair. And then the idea was, if you were having trouble getting your numbers, maybe you didn't need to be sitting in a chair. As that was, you know what I mean? Like, get out there and make some more sales. And I was a little
don't get too comfy.
Right. I was a little younger back then, so I don't know, maybe that wasn't so popular. But the idea was, the person who had the best sales got the best chair. So yeah, anyways, but you can do stuff like that, incentives, and that's one thing with MLM they do really well. They have a lot of incentives. So, but recognition, sometimes people don't care as much about the awards, and sometimes that's all people really want is a little praise. So you don't always have to spend money to do it.
Yeah, people are in it for all different reasons. Some people join Sensi and stuff because of our charitable causes.
Yeah,
and they want to give back. So yeah.
No doubt.
Yes, surprises in the mail. Yes, I call it smell mail, and so for happy mail to my team. So.
Smell mail is a real thing. So my wife does that, and it looks like an assembly line when the kids are usually involved now too. So we have two tables. In full disclosure, we have the one that we eat at, and then we have the one that
we do work at.
We don't really eat at ever. We got them with the idea that we would have more like formal meals and stuff, and we're not formal.
Yeah.
We're not formal eaters.
Change of catalog. I did 220 mailers. So it was, and stuffing all the different scent samples and different things.
A production line.
Yeah.
But usually our kids pretty much use that for like school, because everybody's, in California, you're homeschooling pretty much. So
yeah.
So we have
one week of the month or a few days of the week, then it gets taken over by me. I try to get it done as quick as possible, but sometimes it hangs on. But
I like it and I hate it because it's right outside my office. And so, like, our house, I try to tell people it's just kind of a joke, but I say our house is made out of paper mache. The walls don't really do much as in the way of sound.
Yeah. Well, and then when I'm working out there, there's something about our kids, and I'm a magnet, and there's some type of metal, and they just, wherever I go, it doesn't matter where, they're eventually all gonna wind up there. And it could be the place I tell them to go all the time to work or whatever, but unless I'm there, that's not where they're gonna be. So
you're their best buddy.
I'm their best. Oh. Yay.
Yay. All right. Well, we're at that time of the show where we get into our story. In case you're wondering, it's 45 minutes in, kind of like clockwork. So here we go. We're going to tell you the Chinese food story. And I'm gonna let my wife tell it.
I'm not a great storyteller, though.
I think you're a great storyteller, and let Alicia speak.
Oh, so now, okay, you're gonna use that against me now.
It's convenient. It's convenient. And Damon's in the house. Hello there, Damon.
Yeah. So this was many years ago. We had one child. Marlena was a baby.
Well, technically we had two, but only one living with us.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I think it's actually the same day we got the Christmas tree. I think those stories are close together there.
Maybe.
I think we were out that night and we're like, okay, well, let's stop and get food. And I somehow convinced him to get Chinese food, which he
was this in Ohio?
This was in Ohio.
So it very well could be.
And so we went and got some Chinese food and we were hungry. But you go to a Chinese food and you want, oh, that sounds good and that sounds good. And
no, because I want 6 things. I don't want 2 things.
Yeah. And so we're ordering all these different things because we like variety, right?
With the intention of taking stuff home.
Yeah, and the waiter even says, "Oh, that's a lot of food," and I don't want to. They had an accent, and he's trying to. Oh, that's a lot of food. Like I don't think you really want to order that much. I'm like, oh no, we'll just
box it up.
Take what's left home. So they start bringing out food,
and we start eating it.
And we started.
And we didn't stop.
And they were bringing it out in
waves.
In waves. And I swear they were laughing at us.
Oh no, they were laughing at us. There's no. This was no innuendo.
Yeah,
I mean, it was open like.
Where we should have probably had like 3 boxes of food coming home.
3. Well, it depends on what you're talking about. Are you talking about those little Chinese food cups that are like this size, or are you talking about like the big elephant bar white?
All right. We should have
had a lot of food.
We should have had a lot of food left over. But did we even bring any home?
No, nothing. No, we ate it all. We ate everything.
We ate it all. And full disclosure, Marlena was a baby.
She
wasn't eating any.
They were openly laughing at us. We heard laughter, like full-on laughter coming out.
And didn't they come out the back door and like were even like showing stuff? Like,
oh, we need to tell the manicure story.
Oh, the manicure story is funny too.
All right, that's another one. There was actually more laughter with that one, but anyways.
Yeah, and so we were just pigs, and we're starting to laugh at ourselves like too. We're like, oh man, they're laughing at us. So, yeah, we can eat, and we were fluffy then. Not that we're not fluffy now. At least I'll speak for myself.
Are we fluffier now? I think I'm fluffier now.
I'm not, because I just had a baby and
True.
I had gained.
All right, but this is right after we were eating Cool Whip with the cookies, right? That was all the same time.
I started out that pregnancy about what I weigh now, I think, and then I gained 40 pounds and didn't take but 10 pounds off. So
if you take Cool Whip, freeze it, put it in the freezer, so it's frozen, and then get Girl Scout cookies.
The Caramel Delights or the Samoas, depending on what region you're in.
Yeah, and then you use that as your spoon. And you eat it like a bowl of ice cream. That's what we were doing.
Yeah, in all
not great
honesty,
for the waste, but great
in all
for the
honesty,
taste.
I remember sitting there doing that, and you're like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Well," and I'm like, "Here, try one." And then it's like, "Come on, don't hold back. Give me some more.
Give it to me."
So he was all judgmental at first, and then he saw the light.
I'm very judgmental, just in case. Yeah, I love the variety. So. Favorite Chinese food for me, I love the sweet and sour pork. I love the
I love so many.
There's tons, but I have to have sweet and sour pork. That's like my go-to. And then the chicken one. There's one at
the orange chicken.
Yeah, at Pandora Express, for example, they have the orange. I don't know if they call that Thai chicken.
No, it's just orange chicken.
But it's kind of sweet and it's spicy.
Spicy.
Yeah. So I gotta have those, and then I have to have the. I like fried rice, and I like the noodles. I
have to have the chow mein.
So I'm chow mein, and then I like spring rolls, and I like
egg rolls.
I like the egg rolls with chicken in it.
Yeah. And see, I like mushu.
I could do without the mushu, but my wife is a mushu.
I love hoisin stuff. I think it's dinner time. So we're getting a little.
That's the little pancake thingies, in case you guys are new to follow. So as you can see, I mean, we're getting fatter by.
I like the broccoli beef.
Just by telling the story.
Now
you can see how this happened. We ordered all of that stuff.
I don't think we ordered quite all that, but.
lemon chicken.
Lemon chicken's good, yeah. But tonight we're having Mexican, so
I'm having a chicken burrito.
Yeah, we're ordering DoorDash with my.
So we'll be having that soon. So, anyways, my name is Ira. This is Alicia. We are overeaters. If you
heard my story last week, I've been an overeater my whole life.
I've never met a carb I didn't like, and so I eat them all, and I love dessert, but I love chocolate. Now today we got Reese's peanut butter cups, the thin ones,
dark Reese's.
They're good.
They're really good.
They're really good.
See, we've had those before in our house.
Little couscous action can be good too. 100%.
We've had them in our house before. You just
didn't know. That's okay. No, I do that too. So for me, it's Nutter Butters. I don't care if she buys Nutter Butters, I will bring them into my office.
Or those peanut butter pretzels.
Those don't even make it into the pantry.
I just put them in.
They just go to my office now because I'm going to eat them. I love peanut butter and I love chocolate. So, and I like salt.
Yeah.
I pretty much like everything except for carrot cake.
Well, and why did we get those? I had her order the Reese's. So everything is ordered in. We quarantined to come here because my parents are pretty above age.
Yeah, they're pushing 80, so they're not really participating in society right now because they don't want to get sick and die.
So we have to order everything in. We're not going out to the store. Though their second shot should be fully active soon. So
did they get it already?
Yeah, they got it right before we came.
Oh, I didn't know they got it.
Yeah, but it takes a couple weeks to be.
So they've had
there too.
Man.
So
all right.
Anyways, that's why we didn't come a couple days before because they didn't know how they were going to.
We do know couscous. Look, this is one of the things about living in the Bay Area that I miss. I'm just going to be fully transparent with you. I've lived all over the place. I've lived in Las Vegas. I've lived in Texas. I've lived in Ohio. I've lived in Utah. I've lived in Southern California. There's no place in the world that has better food than the Bay Area. You know why? Because we have people from everywhere. And I love African food, brother. If you don't know, the Bay Area, we have everything. And we have some really, really good, I mean, you want to say Chinese food. You want to see Japanese food. You want to have food from...
Well, I think Mongolian.
Yeah,
Mongolian,
Mongolian food. You want to have food from India, Dubai, like the UAE. You want anything from Europe. So I don't care if we're talking about Ireland or Scotland or England, Germany, Italy, Spain.
German food. I haven't had German food in a while.
Oh man, but we could get all of it here. Like this, if you want to live somewhere and eat flavors of the world, move to the Bay Area because there's nothing like it. Like I said, I've lived in enough places. I've been everywhere. Nobody has food, the variety of food. I'm not saying that nobody does theirs better like that. I'm not saying that.
But you can get it all here, pretty much.
You can get it all here, and it's usually made by folks who, you know what I mean, they're from those places.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it so good. Like, so anyways, I don't want to disparage anybody. Y'all can argue who's got the best food, but I'm saying that if you want all of it, there's no place that competes. The closest place I've been is Vegas on the Strip because
Vegas have a lot of
do a lot of that good stuff on the Strip, but but it's still not as good as the Bay Area.
Yeah. Well, and why we got the peanut butter cups is we were watching a show with my parents the other night about candies.
Yeah, and it was Ash Wednesday, so they're not eating dessert that day, and we're watching a show about chocolate.
And he was like, even then last night, he was like, you know what, though? I really could use some Reese's.
They made dessert without chocolate in it.
Yeah, and so.
The big cookies with powdered sugar?
The pizzelles, But, so she was ordering some food last night. I said, throw in some. But I said, get the dark, because I love dark chocolate.
Dark chocolate is the best chocolate.
And the thins are really good. I mean, there's something, it's not the same.
No, but I want the peanut butter. Like, I want the peanut butter. Now, because I'm fat, I'll tell you about my candy experience. They offer now, and we haven't got it yet because my wife doesn't like pretzels, but I'm going to tell you, I can't imagine a candy where crushed pretzels inside makes more sense just from why didn't I think of that standpoint? Reese's peanut butter cups with crushed pretzels, they offer that now, and I have not had it yet, and I am irritated that I have not. I will get it soon.
Yeah, I'm just not like the M&Ms with pretzels. Like, no.
Yeah.
No.
I don't care about that. But the Reese's peanut butter cups with it, because I would eat peanut butter with a pretzel, and I would eat peanut butter with chocolate. And so for me,
now I do have to say, if I'm gonna eat pretzels with peanut butter, is the best way, unless it's a soft dough pretzel and then some jalapeno cheese.
Yeah, some cheese.
No salt though, because I don't like salt.
Yeah, I like the salt.
I'm not a big salt person.
But I don't like when they go nuts with the salt. If you get one of those big pretzels and it's like just covered in salt, that's too much. Lightly salted.
What are we talking about?
With the big ass rock salt. I don't know. Jason says he's got them, so I'm going to Bucky.
He's got those chocolates you want?
Yeah, Reese's peanut butter cups with pretzels.
I'm
inside.
sure when I'm.
Have you had them yet, Jason? Tell me they're good.
Yeah, I'm sure I could find you some when I can go to the store. I probably could order some online even, but I think we're okay.
I've still got a whole container of peanut butter pretzels in my office, but I'm not in my office.
Yeah, but if you go home without us, that might be what you're eating.
Yeah, that's actually, I'm okay. In full disclosure, I don't cook, right? So if I go home and it's a week between now and then.
Got some mac and cheese, I think. Some ramen.
Cereal. You know what I'll eat? I'm going to eat oatmeal, cereal, ramen, and whatever. There's no leftovers. Yeah, I'll go to Taco Bell, Burger King.
There might be some leftovers or something I froze. I do sometimes that, But
yeah, I'm not.
Oh, he says they're amazing.
See, I knew that. I could just see it.
Why did you have to ask? You knew it.
Because I want somebody to validate. And Jason, I'm just going to say, I trust his taste buds because he and I are built similarly. Jason and I could be brothers.
So that means
don't we look like we could be brothers? Look at him.
Yeah.
He got the better eyes. Yeah.
I guess.
He's gonna be on Cup of Joe tomorrow with us.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I'll be asleep probably. Because my mom's a night owl, and like all of a sudden
What time did you go to bed yesterday?
1 something.
I didn't even hear you.
Yeah. So, and then I don't even realize, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so late, and she'll stay up later than I do. So
the recipe, I wouldn't mind getting that recipe.
What recipe?
For couscous, I think.
Well, there's lots of versions.
African, but the African version. Yeah. I'd be down with that.
I've never made African food. I've tried to make a lot of, and I'll say tried because not everything's been successful.
Tried.
Be nice.
Oh, you're a good cook.
But
didn't you just hear me saying I'm going to starve without you?
Yeah. But, especially ethnic foods, there's just something that, either we're not getting the right spices or something.
I'm telling you, me and Jason could get along.
Oh, that didn't like him. It's not that he didn't like. It's the.
I'm gonna tell you, there is some food that doesn't like me. It's usually with avocado or grease.
Yeah.
I got to be careful.
Yeah. Anyways, so we're running out of time. Should I do my product?
Yeah, let's do that. So we're gonna go into overtime because we got the product of the day. Now, normally what I will do is I would share the screen because I have multiple monitors going. I'm not gonna be able to do that today. But so if you're interested in Alicia's Scentsy website page, let me grab it real quick and I'll put it in the comments just so y'all can grab it.
Yeah. All right. So
if you want to see her products or any of the products for Scentsy, you can go here.
And I'm going to put it out here that we have more items adding to clearance on Monday morning.
Clearance means sale, y'all.
So a lot of our fall products that we didn't sell out of are going to be on clearance.
There are some of those?
Yeah.
Everything you guys get sells out.
We've been selling out a lot lately, but there's stuff that did not sell out. Some of it they were producing still up until the end. So some of that stuff. Plus we had our Bring Back My Bars, which is old scents that came back in December, right? I think it was in December that we had ours. And they're doing a 10 bars for $40. So normally our bars are $6 each, but you can get 10 for $40. So only for $4 each in those scents that are available. But I did not plan ahead, so I had to scrounge and what Scentsy do I have? And so I grabbed this guy out of my purse. And so this is...
It actually works better here. You know why? Because I don't have that big monitor.
Yeah. So this is our hand cream. And so I keep this in my purse, and it's, now this is one of my favorite scents, but they don't regularly make, it's the Winterberry Apple Tea. I love that scent. They don't regularly, at least they haven't.
It don't smell bad.
Made.
It smells more like berry to me than.
No, winter. It's got a berry, but this earthy tea note. Oh, it's actually a very favorite.
And it says apple tea. I think I can smell the. I think I can smell the apples too.
Yeah, and winterberry apple tea.
Yeah,
and
it's good.
So
it's not bad. And that's lotion.
This is a hand cream. We do have a body lotion. We have other body products and soaps, and we now have sugar scrubs. But just really great product. Nice little hand cream. And I keep this by I keep one of them by my nightstand along with a body cream. And actually my Vivian loves the scent as well. And so this was a special that I got this scent in the hand cream. And so I don't have a lot of it. And she knows it.
She keeps using it.
And she comes and she will try to sneak it and use my hand cream. But it's not too big. Here's my hand, so it's great for throwing in your purse or whatever. And a lot of people I find that are sensitive to scent in products. A lot of times with our body products and even our laundry and stuff, they don't react for some reason. I know your sister actually likes our laundry stuff because other scented products she couldn't use, and so she likes.
It has a nice aroma to it. Like I can smell it now, just in the air.
Yeah, and so we have little bundles as well.
What does it go for?
I think this one's 8 or 10. It's around there. And a little bit goes a long way with the hand cream, even in the lotion as well. And this one has with sunflower oil and aloe, and just a nice little product. And you can make a bundle, so you can save some money by making a bundle. Great gift. You can make a little gift box. So check it out. I love our sugar scrub too. And we now have sugar scrubs in our catalog. It used to be only at special times that they would release sugar scrubs, but we now have sugar scrubs. Your daughter Elizabeth loves the sugar scrub. She's always wondering, Mom, can we do the sugar scrub together? And because it's better if we do it together. Yeah. And then you follow up with the hand cream. Oh, it's great. So.
Yeah. I'm sorry, did you say how much it was? Do you remember?
I think it's 10. And I forget with the different lotions and stuff.
What's it called?
Which it's a hand cream. Well, no, it's not in that sense, but hand cream. I forget with some of them.
Yeah, $9.
I said 8 or 10. Well, it's 9.
There you go. So yeah. Anyways, about $10.
And but if you have a party with me, which I mentioned, I think last week, is I'm sending out little pouch parties and stuff, and you can collect orders.
Do we have any MLB helmets? Jason, I might have to get to that on the side. We're not always allowed to say what.
Yeah, no, we did have some. We might have a few left. Depends on what team.
Yeah.
We had a collection for the longest time, but that's been phased out.
So it's all licensed stuff, right?
Yeah, we may get them again or another type product.
What do you have right now for sure? You have NCAA still?
No, right now we have some hockey.
Hockey and NFL?
We might only have a couple NFL. We don't have a lot in the sports stuff at the moment.
We still have Disney everything.
We have Disney stuff. I am suspecting we will be getting more NFL. Maybe we'll have another baseball release. But I can look into
inventory,
what we have, or if you want a certain one, let me know. And I sometimes can find somebody has one that's brand new, still in box and stuff.
Yeah, sometimes people order them for stock and then they haven't sold it, so the consultants can.
Yeah, and I have somebody I know that does a lot of events, and I know she had quite a few at one time. So just let me know what team, and I'll see what I can do. Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, we could trade for pretzels.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's the show for today, folks. I hope you liked it.
You know what? I wonder, do people like it better that we're a little bit more scattered, or do we?
I don't know. Maybe.
You don't.
I'm afraid to ask.
You're.
It is what it is. But next week it'll be different. I promise you. I will not be sitting here next week. I don't know how long I'm going to hang in, but it's probably just going to be a couple more days.
Yeah, well,
I got to get back to my life.
I keep thinking that I should do a crazy Sensei Mom show and just do more, not female stuff, but like, I don't know. But it would be a lot more probably like this. I'd have to get some friends on and just.
Well, Joe and I do this every week. I mean, the Cup of Joe show, if you like unscripted, that's really, the Cup of Joe show is not scripted at all. In fact, it is funny because, in full disclosure, and I know Joe's not watching because he's not in the comments, but Joe and I used to call each other like a half hour before the show, and we're friends. We're legitimately friends. So we want to sit there and talk. And I'm like, Joe, shut up. Like, literally, I would tell him to shut up. And he's like, what do you mean shut up? I'm like, because you're going to tell me everything. And then when we get on the show, we're going to have nothing to talk about. You know what I mean? So, like, we had to throttle back our conversations before the show so that in the show we had just natural material because, you know, we don't want to script it. So I almost always ask Joe a couple questions. I usually ask him what his biggest challenge of the week was and what if he's got anything like any special events coming up. And then, you know, we talk about anecdotal stuff, whatever happened throughout the week. And so if he tells me before the show, then I don't know.
Then you're faking a reaction.
Yeah. So I don't want to know. I don't want to know about it beforehand. So this week we've got Jason joining. So that's a new dynamic. So we'll see what happens there. But Jason, I don't know if you know, Joe and I do an hour before the show starts at 8 o'clock my time, which I think you're Central, so that would be 10 o'clock your time. If you're Eastern, that would be 11. But we jump on Clubhouse and we do what we call the Green Room show on Clubhouse. But typically on that, we do, it's not Joe and I talking. It's Joe and I talking to our audience. And so our audience will ask us questions usually about social media. So like if you want to know how to build your social media network or how to get more views and those kinds of things, we talk about that kind of stuff. And we just talk about the week. And it's amazing how many people jump in that room, and it's a lot of fun. So if you're on Clubhouse, you can join us tomorrow, 1 hour before the show. Saturday's Cup of Joe starts at 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. And so just 1 hour before on Clubhouse. If you want to be in Clubhouse, but you don't have an invitation and you have an iPhone, let me know because I actually have a couple extra invitations. I've got 3 right now, but I need to send one out to my friend AJ. I promised him I'd get him one as soon as I got some more, and I have some more. So I've got 1, but I have 2 extra. So if you need one and you're not on Clubhouse yet, but you want to be, then I can get you in. Anyways, we'll be back Friday. My wife will probably still be here, and I will probably, well, Lord willing, I'll be in my office. Otherwise, I might be in the great beyond because I didn't make it. But I'm going to get there or die trying, I think.
I just realized, I need to be working on my mailer.
Right.
My mailers, my smell mail may be late next month.
There may be no smell mail for February. Or I could try my best to do it for you, but I don't think that's.
Oh, you would not have patience.
Me and Oreo sitting there. Oreo's our bunny. But anyways, all right, y'all. Well,
all right, guys.
It's been fun. I hope you enjoyed the show. We enjoyed sitting here talking with you, and we'll see you same time, same channel next week. It's Fridays. It starts at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern every Friday. My wife and I do the show. It's called 8 is Enough. We got the name of the show because we have 8 children. And my wife said 8 is enough. And I said, strive for 9. And she's the winner. So
far, I'm still the winner.
But I keep trying. Anyways. See y'all.
Bye.
See y'all next
week. Have a great
week.
Weekend.
Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. It has been a pleasure having you here. BowmanDigitalMedia.com.